Basketball fans, and welcome to the IWBF Afro World Championships Qualifier 2017. Our first game between the men from Zimbabwe and the team from Egypt. Let's meet the players. For the visitors on the scoreboard, the team from Zimbabwe, number 4, Sepsen Toradiva. Number 5, Frederick Kanyapu. Number 6, Winyoratse Maganai. Number 7, Emerson Chibai. Number 8, Hisashi Yoshike. Number 9, Toyota Ziki. Number 10, Calvin Makura. Number 11, John Lugula. Number 12, Edmore Ludorini. Number 14, Davinda Simbi. Number 15, Danielle Miyuki. The team from Zimbabwe is coached by Ale Metea, assisted by Joel Kubuka, and now the team from Egypt. Number 4, Sami El Salami. Number 5, Magdi Abbas. Number 6, Mohamed Abdelaziz. Number 7, Mohamed Hagat. Number 8, Hassan Mohammed. Number 9, Ashraf Abba. Number 10, Ahmed Ahmed. Number 11, Wali Ali. Number 12, Mahmoud Mohammed. Number 13, Rabi Uda. Number 14, Mohammed Hassanai. Number 15, Ashraf Sayed. The team from Egypt is coached by Adel Sharif, assisted by Mehtat Mohammed. Ladies and gentlemen, let us honor the teams on the court. We first play the national anthem for Zimbabwe. We now play the national anthem for Egypt. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Durban, South Africa, as we start the IWBF Afro World Championship qualifying match between Egypt and Zimbabwe. Number 9, Tayona Ziki for Zimbabwe, getting into the key and hopefully getting us underway. Frederick Kwanyapu gets the 2 points for Zimbabwe to both teams come into this competition looking to fight for the one spot Africa has to qualify for the World Wheelchair Basketball Champs in Germany, in Hamburg next year, 2018, in August. Okay, so Egypt in possession, looking to get onto the board. We're coming to you live from the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre, based just north of Durban. The South African Federation is hosting this tournament, and so far everybody seems to be looking forward to the tournament. Number 15, Daniel Nuki, plays for the Pumas club here in South Africa, and passes to Tayona Ziki, number 9. Vocal support for the Zimbabweans. The Egyptian players got in yesterday morning and just getting used to the conditions. Very humid here in Durban today, and the boys will be working hard in these conditions. Right, number 10, the playmaker for Egypt, Mukra Kelvin. Sorry, my correction, it's Amar Ashaf. Foul and Daniel Nuki for Zimbabwe, and that takes number 13 for Egypt, Guda Rabia, to the line. Shot is missed. Rebound taken by Fred Ganyapu from Zimbabwe. But once again, Amar Ahmed gets possession of the ball for Egypt. Mohamed Hachad called for the 3-second violation. We're coming to you live on our Facebook page for Wheelchair Basketball South Africa. There seems to be some technical glitches on the website, but keep tuned in via our Facebook page for now. Tayona Ziki for Zimbabwe, number 9, passing the ball into Daniel Nuke. Rebound taken there by Mohamed Mahmoud. Out of bounds, Egypt ball. It's fantastic to see wheelchair basketball growing on the African continent as the teams vie for the World Championship qualification. Africa falls a bit behind when it comes to the rest of the world, but I think as more tournaments that the guys get involved with, the better we're becoming. It's a bit of sloppy play from both sides at the moment as they try to test each other out. Violation by the Zimbabweans. Once again, Ahmed brings the ball in. And the ball gets into Ashraf Armar. Rebound taken by Amar. And it's 2 points. 2 points on the board now for the Egyptian, with the score, the Egyptians leading 4-2. Daniel Nuke for Zimbabwe, bringing the ball up. Playing it into Tayona Ziki. Shot goes up, misses. Rebound collected by number 7 for Egypt, Mohamed Haggad. Foul, Daniel Nuke for Zimbabwe, number 15. Ball inbounded there for Egypt by Mohamed Haggad again. Possession with the Egyptians, with all right, Zimbabwe in possession again. Daniel Nuke trying to get the ball up the court, passing it through to Tayona Ziki. Good work there by Fred Ganyapu, the number 5 for Zimbabwe, creating the space for the play. But again, a turnover by Zimbabwe, and the Egyptians look to take advantage of that. As number 6, Mohamed Abdelaziz, makes sure of the basket. Egypt into an 8-2 early lead in the first quarter. Timeout called by Zimbabwe. So look to regroup. Egypt into a 6-point lead. 6:28 in the first quarter. This broadcast is brought to you by our title sponsor of the IWBF Afro World Championship Qualifier, Sasol. Just a brief on the tournament. The men's pool, 8 countries are involved. We have Egypt, we've got Zimbabwe, we've got Algeria, Kenya, South Africa, Morocco, and Angola. In the women's competition, we have Zimbabwe, Algeria, we have Kenya, and we have South Africa. Zimbabwe back with possession. Daniel Nuke brings the ball in, gets it over the half court to Tayona Ziki, the number 9, plays for the AGA Lions in South Africa in the Super Sports Series. Passes it, gets the ball back into Daniel Nuke, passes it to Fred Ganyapu. Zimbabwe going to need to make sure of their chances, and they score through a bit of a Hail Mary there by number 7 from Zimbabwe, Remison Manjiva. Number 10 for Egypt is Ahmed. Egypt bringing the ball into the key. Foul again by Daniel Nuke, number 15 for Zimbabwe. It's Daniel Nuke's 3rd foul. He's in early foul trouble. Brings Ashraf Amar to the line. Misses the first. Egypt still in the lead, 8-4. Second attempt missed. Unfortunately for Zimbabwe, one of the players moved in, lane violation, so he gets another attempt. Second attempt is made. Egypt take the lead, 9-4. Turnover by Zimbabwe, Fred Ganyapo. But they retain the possession as it's a foul. Is it a foul? The referee indicated a foul. Turnover ball, Zimbabwe with possession. Taiona Zeki inbounds the ball to Daniel Nuke. Zimbabwe battling to penetrate the key. Great defense so far from the Egyptians. A very strong and tall Egyptian outfit. A shot clock violation by the Zimbabwe side. Egypt with possession, number 9 for Egypt. As Ashraf Amar. All right, Taiona Zeki with possession for the Zimbabweans, trying to get it across the half court. Does it very well, looking to convert these points for Zimbabwe. Plays it into Fred Ganyapo, struggles to get through. Shot goes up but missed, and Daniel Nuke picks up the rebound into Taiona Zeki, who makes sure this time. Zimbabwe up to 6 points. Egypt currently at 11, and we have 4 minutes 40 to play in the first quarter. Three-point attempt successful. Once again by number 10, Ahmed Amr from Egypt. Egypt putting the full court press onto the Zimbabweans. And see how the Zimbabwean team can handle this pressure. Daniel Nuke with possession, gets it across to the court, and Taiona Zeki had possession, lost control, and turnover. Egypt take over and look to make the points count. Foul by Zimbabwe on number 7, Mohammed on number 7 Zimbabwe, which is Remison Manjiva. Ashraf Amar to the line, looking to convert. The North African teams traditionally normally strong in the African continent. The favourites for this tournament, Algeria, represented the African continent in the Rio Olympics, and they'll expect tough opposition from the likes of Egypt, Morocco, and the host nation South Africa. Up next game we have live on our Facebook feed is the game between the Algerians and the Kenyan team, and that's followed later on this evening by the South Africa versus Morocco game, which will happen after our opening ceremony this evening at 5 o'clock. Shot missed, and Zimbabwe will inbound. All right, Daniel Nuke about to inbound the ball for Zimbabwe. Collected by Fred Ganyapo, plays for the Discovery Eagles, the Diesel Electric Eagles in the South African Supersport Series League. Foul on number 9 for Egypt, Ashraf Omar, and that brings Taiona Zeki to the line for 2 shots. Taiona Zeki unsuccessful with his first attempt. The Zimbabweans will be looking to make all of these free throw opportunities count. as the Egyptian side have a 9-point lead at this stage. So they really do need to make all their points count. Second attempt miss. Egypt come away with the possession. Number 7 for Egypt in possession is Mohamed Hagag. Shot goes up by number 9, Ashraf Amar. Rebound collected by Mohamed Abdelaziz, and he converts. Daniel Nuki struggling to get the ball over the half court. Loses possession, and again Abdelaziz picks up the possession, but he's a violation as he goes out of bounds. Ball inbounded by number 7 for Zimbabwe, Remison Manjiva. In possession now is Tayona Ziki, looking to make the basket here. Puts it up. Rebound taken by number 13 for Egypt, which is Arabi Gouda. Abdelaziz for Egypt now. Plays the ball in. And number 7 for Egypt is Hagag again. Daniel Nuki in possession, plays it through to Tayona Ziki. Foul by Egypt, number 6 Abdelaziz, and that will take Tayona Ziki to the line. The Zimbabweans are managing to penetrate at this stage, but not making their opportunities count. Let's see if Tayona Ziki can make the difference this time up. Shot goes up, unsuccessful once again. Successful free throw attempt there by Tayona Ziki, taking the points tally up to 7 points, with Egypt sitting at 19. Zimbabwe going to have to work hard to keep the Egyptians out. Number 9 for Egypt is Ashraf Amar, and the Egyptians blown for the 3-second violation. Turnover, Zimbabwe possession. Possession, Zimbabwe, Tayona Ziki. Fortunately, ball ricochets off his wheel, and possession now to the Egyptians. Egypt looking to pull away from the Zimbabweans as we wrap up the first quarter. 2 minutes to go. Ball inbounded by Ahmed Amir. But the ball's turned over, deflected by the Zimbabweans, and we have possession again for the Egyptians. Abdelaziz calling for calm amongst the Egyptian guys so that they can eat up some of the shot clock and make the one shot. Shot goes up, rebound taken by number 9 for Egypt. Ashraf Amar, and Abdelaziz make sure of the rebound attempt. Zimbabwe in possession, Fred Ganyapu. And the Egyptian player on the floor is Abdelaziz, called for the foul. The IWBF Afro World Championship qualifier game, proudly sponsored by our main sponsor Sasol, and partnered with the municipalities of eThekwini, Durban, and the municipality of Qualiers. Egypt now in possession once again. Number 10, Amir, laying it off to Hagag. Amir again. 3-point shot goes up by Amir, unsuccessful. Turnover. Zimbabwe will look to make some points count with 1:18 to play. Fred Ganyapu with possession, makes it count. Zimbabwe 9, Egypt 21. Hagag with possession, passes on to Abdelaziz. Abdelaziz puts a shot up, makes it count. Egypt seem to be pulling away with it with a minute left in the first quarter. The Zimbabweans are going to have to tighten up on their defense. Daniel Nuke looking to take control for the Zimbabweans, working hard with Taina Ziki, and possession now Fred Ganyapu. Rebound picked up for Egypt by Hagag, and Egypt look for a quick counter, finishing off strong, but a great block there by Daniel Nuke. 33 seconds left to play, Egypt in possession. Egypt looking to finish strong. Ball goes in to the number 9 for Egypt, which is Amar, and foul called on Zimbabwe's Fred Ganyapu. Ashraf Amar looking to make the points count, which he does. First one in. Egypt 24, Zimbabwe 9. Second attempt goes up, unsuccessful. Rebound picked up by Taina Ziki. Fred Ganyapu has possession, hands it over to Daniel Nuke as they get over the half court. 13 seconds on the clock. Zimbabwe is looking to get some points on the board right at the death. Daniel Nuke with the assist. Fred Ganyapu unfortunately rims it, and that brings the first quarter to a close, with the Egyptians leading 24-9. Right, welcome back to the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre as the second quarter gets underway in the IWBF Afro World Championship qualifier between Egypt and Zimbabwe. Egypt in possession. Shot goes up by the number 15. Ashraf Saeed. Foul by Zimbabwe number 9, Tayo Nziki. Egypt looking to pull away from this Zimbabwean side. The three players for Zimbabwe, Fred Ganyapo, Tayo Nziki, and Daniel Nuki, all play in the South African Super Sport Wheelchair Basketball Series, which is the premier basketball league here in South Africa, which I think has helped these three players, as they definitely stand out within their team. Just a pause in play, as there seems to be a problem with the Egyptian team as the table sort something out with the coach. The Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre in the town of Tongaat, just north of Durban, hosting an international wheelchair basketball event for the first time. And we congratulate the organisers for bringing it to this venue. Looking to get as much support from our local community, and we're hoping to see some good crowds here later on today, specifically when the South African men take on Morocco in the main game at 6 o'clock this evening. Egypt up by 13 points at the moment. My apologies, 15 points. Still seems to be some confusion at the table, hence the delay. Not quite sure what's going on. As soon as the problem's rectified, we'll be back. It seems to be an issue with the classification points. Coach for the Egyptians has just been issued with a technical foul, which has now brought the entire Egyptian management to the table. Still a lot of confusion at the table. We have the head classifier, Lolita Krika, trying to sort out the issue. And referee Arnold Mashwaya is in the thick of things there. But he's issued the Egyptian coach with a technical foul. And that will take Tayo Nziki to the line for the Zimbabweans for the one shot and the possession at the half court. Oh, total confusion going on between the officials. That technical foul has been rescinded, and it seems like it was a technical glitch on the table, and parity restored. Egypt in possession again, looking to move the ball around quickly and penetrate the key. the Egyptian Amar with possession. Shot goes up, misses, and Daniel Nyuki for Zimbabwe has possession. Looks to find his counterpart Frederick Kanyepo, and once again unable to convert. Egypt have looked to get away quickly, which they have achieved, and Abdelaziz passes now the ball through to his counterpart, and eventually on to Saeed, who makes his shot count. Yeah, the Egyptians are definitely turning the screw on the Zimbabwean boys, and they're going to have to really make sure of the opportunities. Unfortunately, turnovers are starting to creep into the Zimbabwean game, and they're really struggling at this point. Risky from Egypt in possession of the ball. Hassan Mohammed passing the ball through to Amar. Mohammed again. Looks like he got connected there by Fred Ganyapo, but no foul call, and the Zimbabwean have possession. Tayo Nziki looking to bring the ball up, which he has achieved. Great offensive play there by the Zimbabwe, allowing Ziki to find Fred Ganyapo, who makes the points count, and that gets the Zimbabweans up to the double figures. All right, possession now with Egypt. Number 9, Amar. Shot goes up, miss. Rebound picked up by Zimbabwe. And once again, Tayo Nziki working hard to get up, and will look to convert. Bit of a wild shot goes up, and Egypt back with possession with Amar. Amar gets into the key and makes a basket count, although the Zimbabweans are looking for the 3-second violation, but referee Charles Foster having none of it. Press being applied by the Egyptians, but the Zimbabweans have managed to get through it. Daniel Nyuki with possession, looking to convert, which he does successfully. More of this needed by the Zimbabweans if they're going to cut back on the points between them and the Egyptians. Number 12 for Egypt, Mohammed is battling to get up, which he's now been assisted. Okay, timeout called by the Egyptian coach. Just a reminder, this broadcast is made possible by our main sponsor, Sasol. Sasol are the South African national team's major sponsor and are a big supporter of wheelchair basketball in South Africa. And thanks also goes to all the other sponsors that have made this tournament possible. All the teams staying at the Hampshire Hotel in Ballito. All right, Egypt in possession. Shot goes up, and Tayo Nziki picks up possession again. Looking for Daniel Nyuki, which he finds. The Egyptian defense is quite tight, and Tayo Nziki gets into the key and is successful with his 2 points. Zimbabwe making a little bit of a comeback attempt. The Egyptians will now look to put a stop to that and make some points count on this possession. Ball goes into the Egyptian Syed. Turnover. Egypt will take possession of the ball. Bit of a melee there in the key. Jump ball called, and at the same time the 24 shot clock violation, and Zimbabwe now have possession. Tongaat bringing the ball through. The Egyptians really putting the press on the Zimbabweans, making it difficult for them to penetrate. Daniel Nuki with possession, shot looking to find Tongaat. Unfortunately for them, the big Ashraf Saeed takes the possession. Egypt looking to counter on the fast break, and number 4 Sami Al-Sabai unsuccessful in that attempt. Zimbabwe once again with possession with Tongaat. Ziki plays the ball into Daniel Nuki. Unfortunately for the Zimbabweans, they're not making their shots. Foul called on the Zimbabwean player Tongaat, number 9. As mentioned earlier, all the teams vying for the one position in Africa that will qualify them for the 2018 World Wheelchair Basketball Championships for men and women, taking place in Hamburg, as the Egyptian Saeed makes his 2 points count, and Egypt up to a 15-point lead, leading 30-15. Daniel Nuki in possession for the Zimbabweans, passing the ball through to Tongaat. Tongaat working tirelessly, had a very good season with the AGA Lions in the Super Sports Series in South Africa, previously of the Wheelchair Marlins. Foul this time by number 9, Tongaat, one, and that's his third foul. So now Zimbabwe are sitting on a situation where two of their key players are sitting on 3 fouls, and we're 4 minutes 36 into the second quarter. And all right, Egypt now have possession with Saeed. Passes the ball through to Mohammed. Three-point attempt unsuccessful. Zimbabwe to inbound. Daniel Nuki finds Fred Ganyapu. Tongaat now in possession. Working hard. Definitely the 3 Zimbabwean players to watch is Tongaat, number 9, the number 15, Daniel Nuki, and Fred Ganyapu. Daniel Nuki converts another 2 points, and 13. They reduce the points down to 13 points. Abdelaziz Al-Sabai for the Egyptians finds Saeed, who makes his 2 points count. Turnover by the Zimbabweans, and number 9 Ashraf, unfortunately for the Egyptians, unable to convert, and Zimbabwe to keep them in the half court. Turnover forced, but luckily for the Zimbabweans, they were able to regain the possession. Stop and play as Fred Ganyapu ends up on the floor, and the Egyptian coach trying to assist him, but Fred is able to take care of himself, and we are ready to inbound the ball again for the Zimbabweans. All right, so turnover by the Egyptians. Zimbabwe have possession once again. Welcoming everybody that's watching this feed from across the world. This is the first time that Wheelchair Basketball South Africa is doing a live feed, and we hope that between the commentary and the live action, we will be able to offer you the best possible attempt at this. So do bear with us. My name is Jerry Smith. I'm the Marketing and Communications Manager of Wheelchair Basketball South Africa. And first attempt at the commentary, so bear with us as we get used to the players' names. But in the meantime, the Zimbabweans looking to claw back at that lead. But out of bounds by Fred Ganyapo. And now the Egyptians will get possession again. Sami Aslabai passes the ball into the Egyptian playmaker, number 8, Hassan Mohammed. And Amar trying his luck, but unfortunately for him, way off on the shot. Daniel Nuke picks up the rebound and able to find Tony Ziki, who makes sure. The Zimbabweans starting to make a fist of it, reducing the lead, but still a lot of work to do from the boys. And foul trouble for Daniel Nuke and for Tony Ziki. They're going to need to make sure that they take care of that and don't get fouled out too soon. And again, Tony Ziki up with the layup, but unfortunately wasn't able to convert. Egypt bring the ball away. Turnover from the Egyptians, picked up by Tony Ziki, and now in possession Fred Ganyapo. Number 7 for the Zimbabweans is Tomu, who is actually the captain. But once again, the Zimbabweans turning over, and Egypt have possession. Substitution for the Egyptians. Number 4 coming out is Al Sabai, and number 11 for the Egyptians is Awalid Ali. Yeah. Ashraf Saeed with possession, passes the ball through to the Egyptian playmaker Hassan Mohammed. Sayed looking to find Amar, unable to do so. Zimbabwe with possession. Tony Ziki probably took a bit too long and was a bit too fancy there, so as a result wasn't able to convert. The crowd starting to build here at the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre as number 9 for the Egyptian, Ashraf Amar, makes his basket count. The Zimbabweans now with Tony Ziki looking to get that score deficit down. And Ziki puts up an attempt, misses. Daniel Nuke, however, is able to pick up the rebound. The basket counted, so there he goes to the line. So all of a sudden, Egypt 36 and the Zimbabweans 21. If Daniel Nuke will be looking to make the the free throws count as the second quarter comes to an end with 20 seconds to go. Unsuccessful, but Fred Ganyapo picks up the rebound, puts up the attempt, and unsuccessful. Unfortunately, Egypt able to affect the fast break. And you have Saeed now looking to convert. Luckily his pass found the Amar. Stoppage as Saeed ends up on the floor. Possession for the Egyptians. Three-point attempt by the Egyptians, unsuccessful. And that brings the first half to a close. We have the Egyptians with a relatively commanding lead, 36 points to 21. Folks, we'll be returning at the start of the second half, which will be in roughly 15 minutes' time. Just a shout out to all our sponsors. These events are quite costly, and without the support of the many sponsors we do have, this wouldn't be possible. So the main sponsor for the event, Sasol, BlackRock Security, Basketball South Africa, the City of Durban, the Hampshire Hotel, High Tech Therapy, Jared, Travel and Tours, the Qualification Municipality. We have Medipost, Portal Projects, AromaChem, and this broadcast done by the guys from TV Sports News Productions, making the broadcast possible. Feel free to send us all your comments, any suggestions. As I said, we are doing this for the first time, so bear with us as we get into the tournament, and tell us what you'd like to hear from us, what information you need. What would a tournament in Africa be without some good traditional African dancing? So sit back and enjoy.
Thank you for our performers. Thank you very much. We'd like to thank our supporters, Cecil, Rocks, the City of Durban, the Hampton Hotel, and for high-tech therapy. Thanks to our sponsors, including Chicken, House, Projects, Robert Young, Rocks, Durban, Hampshire House, high-tech therapy, Cecil, and the WBSA.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre here in Durban as we are about to get the second half of the first match of the IWBF Afro World Championship qualifying game between Egypt and Zimbabwe. The Egyptians in the lead at the moment, 36-21. First half stand-up players for the Egyptians was Mohammed Abdelaziz sitting on 10 points, and the number 9 Ashraf Amar, he's now sitting on 9 points. And for the Zimbabweans, the standout players, definitely Tayona Ziki, number 9, sitting on 7 points, and Fred Guyanapo is the other one on 6 points. All right, folks, we're about to get underway. Jerry Smith here, bringing you the game from the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre here in Durban, South Africa. And the crowd's starting to build up here at the stadium, and we are looking to get the tournament off to a very good, successful start here in Durban. Daniel Nuke in possession for the Zimbabweans. The Zimbabweans will be hoping to start strong and claw back some of the points that they need to do to catch up to the Egyptian side. Turnover by the Zimbabweans. Egyptian players will now have possession. Ball about to be inbounded by the Egyptians. Number 10, Ahmed Armar. All right, Egypt in possession, setting up their play. Number 6 is Abdelaziz with possession. Looks to find the number 13, Goda, which he does, and he's quick to make the points count. The Egyptian side seem to be pressing the Zimbabweans most of the game and making it very difficult for the Zimbabweans to settle. Daniel Nuke, violation, half court. Frustration starting to set in amongst the Zimbabweans, and they'll need to settle down if they want to keep their chances alive in this game. Number 6 for the Egyptians is Abdelaziz, looking to set up the play. Shot attempt goes up and unsuccessful. Rebound picked up by Fred Ganyepo, and Daniel Nuke tries to find Taona Ziki, unsuccessful, but a lucky ricochet means that Ziki picks up possession, and Fred Ganyepo not able to make the points count. Offensive foul called in the Egyptian. Amir, and the Zimbabweans will now have possession of the ball. Inbound, Taona Ziki once again with possession. The Zimbabweans working hard to penetrate the key. Daniel Nuke manages to get into the key, but the pass from Taona Ziki goes astray. The Egyptians bring the ball up. Their player Ahmed Amir finds his number 6 Abdelaziz, and penetration in the key by the Egyptian, and number 9 Amar makes the play. 2 points, basket is successful, and he'll go to the line for a free throw. The foul is on Daniel Nuke, which now puts him on 4 fouls. So he's in a bit of a situation at the moment, and he needs to ensure, obviously, that no more fouls. Otherwise, he's out the game early, and Zimbabwe can ill afford to lose him at this stage. Daniel Nuke with possession, looking for Fred Ganyepo, which he finds, and he makes the 2 points count. 18-point deficit. Zimbabwe is still making a fight of it, but the Egyptian squad looks a well-oiled machine at the moment, and the Egyptian makes it count. Ahmed Amir fouled at the same time by the number 9 Taona Ziki, by the looks of it, and that takes him to the line. Correction, the foul was on number 10, Calvin Makura. Free throw was unsuccessful as it didn't touch the ring. It's a possession to the Zimbabweans. Taona Ziki inbounds, finds Daniel Nuke, looking to allow his players into the half court, and pass astray, hits the wheel of Fred Ganyepo, and turnover with Egypt taking possession of the ball. Thank you once again to the production team from TV Sports News, making this live broadcast possible of the 2017 IWBF Afro World Championship qualifiers coming to you from Tongaat and Durban. The Egyptian player Abdelaziz penetrates and makes his 2 points count. Egypt up to a 44-23 lead. Daniel Nuke, definitely half-court violation, missed there by referee Arnold Mishra, and Zimbabwe will look to make that count. Fred Ganyapo penetrates into the key, shot goes up, unsuccessful. Egypt look to get away on the fast break, which they do, and player number 13, Gouda, but unfortunately when unable to convert. Deflection by the Egyptian number 7, Agad, the captain, and Zimbabwe have possession. Possession for Egypt now with their number 10 Amir looking for a slow setup, controlled. Finds number 13 in the key as Gouda, fortunately unable to make his attempt count. Tona Ziki working hard to get it out. Unfortunately for them, the 8-second violation, and Egypt will take control of the possession. Number 7 for Egypt is Mohammed Hagag. He's the captain of the side, and he finds Abdelaziz. Abdelaziz finds Hagag again, looking to make it count. Unsuccessful, picks up the rebound, and the ball eventually finding the number 9 Amar. A bit of a scrappy situation in the key. Ziki fighting for the ball. Jump ball called, and the possession goes to the Egyptian. Substitution for the Zimbabweans as the number 7 and the captain Tomo goes off, and that brings into the game Calvin Makura. Abdelaziz inbounding, finds Amar, and now possession with Amir. Abdelaziz with the shot, unsuccessful, and Amar picks up the rebound and makes the possession count. Egypt's 46 points, Zimbabwe 23. Possession still with the Egyptians. All right, the number 10 for the Egyptians is Amir, finds Amar, and he makes that count. And the Egyptians starting to turn the screw, and out to a 48-23 lead. And deflected out by the Egyptians, and the Zimbabweans will have the inbound. Much of the Zimbabwean players revolves around the three locally based South African players, and that's the Tona Ziki with possession, finding Daniel Nuke, the other one, and he'll be looking to get Fred Ganyapo in there. But the Egyptian defense is strong, and they're making life really difficult for the Zimbabweans. Yeah, Egypt on the fast break, slowed up a bit, and they'll look to take control of possession now with the number 7 is the captain Hagag Abdelaziz, and he puts up the 3-point attempt, unsuccessful, and picked up there by Tona Ziki on the fast break to Fred Ganyapo. Needs to make him count, and unfortunately for him, simple layup miss, but in so doing was fouled by number 13 for the Egyptians, Gouda. That will take Fred Ganyapo to the line. Fred Ganyepo of the Diesel Electric Services Eagles here in the South African Supersport Wheelchair Basketball Series. And I know all his fellow players will be rooting for him in Johannesburg, where they're based, watching on this live stream on our Facebook page. Be sure to follow all the information about this tournament on on Wheelchair Basketball South Africa's website, and you can visit them on www.basketball.co.za. All right, Fred Ganyepo at the line, looking to make both shots count. First attempt successful, taking Zimbabwe up to 24 points. Zimbabwe are really going to have to work hard to keep the Egyptians from running away with this game. And yeah, free throw attempts definitely vital to be made. And Ganyepo makes both of them. So more of that, and the Zimbabweans can edge their way back into this game. Possession now with the Egyptians. Number 10 is Amir, and he finds Abdelaziz. Abdelaziz finds the number 9, Amar. Back to Amir. Abdelaziz turns his back on it and loses possession, and giving Tyon Aziki the opportunity now. Again, takes a bit too long to make it count. Picks up his rebound, picks up another rebound, but tipped away by the number 10, Ahmed Amir. Egypt now have possession, and Arabi Gouda tries to make it count, is fouled in the process, and will go to the line for 2. That foul by the number 5 for Zimbabwe is Frederick Ganyepo. The call by the referee Arnold Mshwaya was an unsportsmanlike foul, so the Egyptians will have the 2 shots plus the possession after the 2 shots attempt. First shot goes in, and that takes the Egyptian score tally up to 49 points. Second attempt unsuccessful, but again possession to the Egyptians. The Egyptian side will definitely cause a few headaches for the other favourite nations, and the South Africans, the Moroccans, and the Algerians, and they'll be looking to try and qualify themselves. 3-second violation called on the Egyptians, and that'll allow the Zimbabweans to come back at the Egyptians. Daniel Nuke finds their number 12, Edmore Mutariri, and Tyon Aziki working hard to get in, finding it quite difficult. The Egyptian defense, they've got some very tall players, so the Zimbabweans are struggling with the tall players. Shot clock almost got the better of the Zimbabweans, went up, unsuccessful. The Egyptians now have possession again with number 10, Amir. Abdelaziz with possession, looking to find the number 13, Gouda, and his 2 points attempt is successful. The Egyptian team seemingly starting to pull away. The Zimbabweans still trying to get through their solid defense, which they managed to do on that occasion, but unfortunately unable to convert there by Calvin Makura. The Egyptians come down the court, and a successful attempt. Tyon Aziki throwing the pass through to Daniel Nuke, and it's a holding, and another unsportsmanlike foul called, this time on the Egyptian number 7. number 9, and that was Ashraf Amar. Daniel Nuki puts up the first attempt and is successful. Second attempt missed, but Zimbabwe will inbound again as they have the possession for the unsportsmanlike foul. Substitution called by the Egyptians. That's going to bring in for the first time into the game Mohammed Hassanain, and number nine Ashraf Amar is the one player to come off. Egypt with possession. I think the referees might have got that one wrong as they called a unsportsmanlike foul earlier. Anyway, back live, and the number 10 for Egypt, Amir, unable to find his teammate, and possession is now lost, and Zimbabwe will look to get across to the other side of the court. Fred Ganyepo with possession of the ball, working hard. Needs to make it all count there. Turnover. The Egyptian Abdelaziz finding his player, but it's all become a bit scrappy at the moment, and possession is lost. Zimbabwe will take possession. Turnovers are costing Zimbabwe quite dearly. 13 in the first half. And they really can ill afford to lose possession as the Egyptian side looks to pull away. Ziki in the key, unfortunately misses. Ganyepo picks up the rebound and he misses that time, but in this occasion draws the foul, and he will be going to the line for 2 shots. Next up, we have the clash between the Algerians and the Kenyans, which will come to you live at 3 o'clock South African time, which is 2 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. Ganyepo takes the attempt, but unsuccessful. But due to a line violation, he'll get another attempt. Shot goes up, unfortunately he misses it once again, and the rebound is picked up by the Egyptian number 13, Gouda, and now in possession with Amir, and he makes it count. They're looking for the foul, but nothing given by the referees. Our referees for today, we've got Arnold Mashwaya, the main umpire. The referee is umpire number 1 is Charles Foster from Mozambique, and the Moroccan Sahid Fashal. Zimbabwe looking to bring the ball out, which what they've done. The number 10 Mukara with possession, and ball deflected by the Egyptians, so the Zimbabwe will look to rebuild from the backcourt once again. 38 seconds left in the third quarter, and Fred Ganyepo called for the half-court violation. So the Egyptians will look to make this count. Abdelaziz with possession. Shot goes up. Unsuccessful. Rebound collected there by Daniel Nuke, and he looks to find Taina Ziki. The Egyptians have been working the full court press the whole game, making it really difficult for the Zimbabweans. Oh, foul called there on the Egyptian number 10, I think. Yeah, fouls on the number 10 is Ahmed Amir, and that will take Fred Ganyepo to the line. Makes the first attempt. Zimbabwe now up to 27 points, but still far behind the Egyptians. Definitely looking the stronger outfit. Line violation committed there by Fred Ganyepo, and the Egyptians will take possession, and the Egyptian coach has now called for the timeout.
Egypt. We'd like to give a very special thanks to some of our sponsors, including Black Rocks, the City of Durban, the After House, High-Tech Arabic, and our principal sponsor. Special thanks to Cisco.
Once again, all of this made possible through the generous sponsorships of our main sponsors, Sasol, and our partners, the eThekwini municipality, then the City of Durban, as well as the Qualification municipality, and all teams housed by the Hampshire Hotel in Belito. Without the assistance of these sponsors, none of the event would be possible. So we really appreciate your continued support. The Egyptian Abdulaziz making it count. Just a reminder that all the games for the 2017 IWBF Afro World Championship qualifiers will be broadcast live on our Facebook page. That's the Wheelchair Basketball South Africa Facebook page. And the organizing committee guys will look to upload all of our games onto our YouTube channel. So please look for the Wheelchair Basketball South Africa YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe, and you'll be able to watch the games after they're completed at your own leisure. So just a reminder, Wheelchair Basketball South Africa YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to us, and you can watch all of the games at a later stage. And all of this is made possible by the guys from the TV Sports News Productions. Timeout called. Sorry, in that end of the third quarter now. So we are now looking at the score of 57-27. 30-point lead there for the Egyptians, and the Zimbabweans are looking a bit ragged on the side. Got their work cut out to keep the score to a respectable level at this stage. Calling on all local Durban-based supporters, come down to the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre and catch some of the top wheelchair basketball action here on the continent, as the teams are vying to qualify for the World Wheelchair Basketball Championship for men and women in Germany next year, taking place in Hamburg. So we'd like to get as many supporters down here and come and see the action. It's good. It's good to see that the crowd is starting to fill up, and hopefully we'll see you all down here later. All right, possession for the Egyptians, and they will look to start. Possession to the Zimbabweans as they look to try and claw back at the lead. Taiona Ziki now with possession. He's been working tirelessly throughout the game, and is definitely their standout player. Finds Daniel Nuki, unsuccessful, picks up his own rebound, but good defensive work there by Mohamed Hassanin, and the Egyptians now come away with it with their captain Hagag. Hagag now finds Amir, and Amir is unsuccessful with his attempt. Rebound picked up by Fred Ganyepo. He now finds Daniel Nuke. and failed to take the opportunity of passing it to Makuru, but eventually does. And Ziki now finds Ganyepo, misses the attempt, and ball deflected out by the Egyptians, so the Zimbabweans will have the inbound. Unfortunately for the Zimbabweans, they are missing too many of their field goal opportunities. Their field goal percentage for the first half, for the first 3 quarters, in fact, sitting at 28%. So in order for them to progress further in this competition, they're really going to have to work on improving that. And aside from that, they'd also need to look at their turnover situation. The turnovers in the first 3 quarters was 22, compared to the Egyptians 13. Abdelaziz goes out of the game, and in comes Ahmed Amir. Sorry, my apologies. Mohammed Badr. All right, so the Egyptians now looking to play their bench, but the captain Mohammed Hagag make sure, and the Egyptians now leading by 59 points to 27. Daniel Nuke looking to find Murira. Unfortunately, the Zimbabwean number 10 is not blessed with the much in the vertical department, and the pass goes astray. All right, the Egyptians now bring it up with Ahmed Amir. And Hassanin looking to find Amir again, who's controlling the play. Hassanin makes his attempt, unsuccessful, but the Zimbabwean Daniel Nuke unable to secure the rebound, and it deflects it, bringing the Egyptian possession. Sayed passes the ball in, and Ahmed Amar is fouled by Calvin Makura. Eight minutes left in this final 4th quarter. The Egyptians commanding this game 59-27. Now the coach has the luxury of being able to run his bench a bit and give some of his bench players a bit of a run. Ball deflected out by the Zimbabweans by Makara, and Egypt will have possession. Sayed passes it to Amir, and ball deflected there by Daniel Nuke, and now the race is on to regain the possession, which Ahmed Amir manages to do. Number 14 for the Egyptians is Hassanin. He finds Sayed, but his pass goes astray, picked up by Fred Ganyapu. Once again, another turnover from the Zimbabweans, and they lose possession. And can the Egyptians make them pay? Yes, they can. And that was Rabi Gouda, as the Egyptians race to a 61-27 lead at the stage of the 4th quarter. And it's all going wrong for the Zimbabweans, as Daniel Nuke scored for the 8-second violation. The Zimbabwe are really going to have to work on the turnovers and making the easy under the basket attempts. Ahmed Amir with the possession finds Sayed. Unfortunately, he's unsuccessful, and Daniel Nuke picks up possession for the Zimbabweans, and outlets it to Fred Ganyapo, and ball is now knocked out by the Zimbabwean captain Tom. Egypt now with possession as the clock runs down to the 6-minute mark, and the first game of the 2017 IWBF Afro World Championship qualifiers comes to a conclusion. In the meantime, the Egyptian number 4, Mohamed Hassinen, makes sure of the basket, and the Egyptians are now 63 to the Zimbabweans 27. Foul by the Egyptian number 13, Rabi Guda. Zimbabwe with the possession. A bit of a risky pass, but ultimately finds Daniel Nuki. Turns the ball over with a pass that goes astray, and the Egyptians were looking to make him pay. But the offensive foul by number 14, Mohamed Hassinen, and the Zimbabweans will have possession. The passes are a little bit rushed, and they are not controlling this game at all, the Zimbabweans. Daniel Nuke, attempt goes up and unsuccessful, unfortunately. The Egyptians now with number 15, Ashraf Said. Okay, the Egyptians starting to totally run away with this game, and the Zimbabweans really battling to make any of their offensive plays count. Daniel Nuki going to go up with the attempt, successful. The Egyptians in possession now. Amir definitely the playmaker, but his pass is deflected out by the Zimbabweans, but they will retain possession. Substitution for the Egyptians. So the Egyptians changing 3 players. We've got coming onto the court number 4, Sami Al-Baswai, and then we've got Walid Ali, and the number 8 is Hassan Mohammed. Possession now with the Egyptians, and that's Al-Sabai finding the number 11, Walid Ali. Just gets a shot up in time, preventing the shot clock violation, but ball rebounds out, and Zimbabwe will take possession. Ball inbounded, but Daniel Nuki under a lot of pressure, and the Zimbabweans are now really struggling to even get out of their own half. Turnover once again. Egypt picked the ball up, struggling for it, but the big guy Hassanin able to go, and now number 11 for the Egyptian, Walid Ali. The Egyptians' full court press has been in place since early in the first quarter, and that's been the difference between the two sides. Zimbabwe really struggling to penetrate the Egyptian defense. Shot goes up by Nuke, unable to score. Rebound though, and he's back in position with the ball. Fred Ganyapo picks up the pass, but the Zimbabweans unsuccessful once again. And again, I repeat, that's the difference between the two sides. The Egyptians are making those attempts, and the Zimbabweans are missing it. So, as I say, that number 4, Sami Al-Sabai, makes the points count. Daniel Nuki in position, fights Fred Ganyapo. Ganyapo once again unable to make them count. So Zimbabwe are going to have to go back to the drawing board after this game and really work on making those plays count more. Daniel Nuki puts the ball into the number 8 for Zimbabwe, which is Monashi Ruski. And Zimbabwe up to 31 points. Egypt totally dominating the game at the moment. Number 11 is Walid Ali. Unsuccessful his attempt, and the Zimbabweans will get the possession back. 3 minutes 23 left in the game, and Egypt will be quite content with a convincing win here, and get some nasty setup for the rest of the tournament, with some tough games coming up against the likes of South Africa, the likes of Morocco, the likes of Algeria. So definitely give them a bit of confidence going into those games. Zimbabwe now with the possession, really struggling to get points on the board. Fred Ganyepo throws up a very speculative shot due to the fact that the shot clock was about to go off, and unsuccessful. So now we have Egypt with possession with 2 minutes 57 left on the clock. Okay, the number 11 Walid Ali working hard in the penetration attempt there by the Egyptians, but the Zimbabweans managing to keep them at bay. Number 5 for Egypt is Mohamed Badir. Foul by number 7 from Zimbabwe, and that is the captain Ratitso Atumu. Ball to be inbounded by the Egyptians, and number 4 is Sami Al-Sabai, successful with his attempt, and Egypt really turning on the screws. Zimbabwe can't even get out of their own half at this point of the game. Totally no energy left by the looks of it, and Egypt running riot with this encounter at the moment. Number 11 for Egypt is Walid Ali, but unable to make anything happen there. Zimbabwe pick it up, but once again they turn it over, and Egypt straight back onto the account with Badir, and he's unsuccessful. All got very scrappy at the moment. Number 8 for Egypt is Hassan Mohammed, and he finds Walid Ali. Daniel Nuke is somehow managing to stay on the court. Has been on 4 fouls since early in the second quarter, but definitely has had to do a lot of work for this game. Substitution for the Egyptians. Number 15 Ashraf Saeed is coming back onto the thing for Badir, and number 12 Mohammed will replace number 14 Mohammed Hassanin. Right, Zimbabwe inbound again, trying to find Daniel Nuke, but once again unable to find the pass, and the Egyptians make them pay, and that attempt was successful by Sami Al-Sabai, and he will now have one shot as the basket was successful. So the Egyptians 73 and the Zimbabwean team 31. Free throw attempt successful. Egypt up to 74. Fred Ganyepo with possession for the Zimbabweans. Really working hard to try and get out of the key, but foul there by the Egyptian Sami Al-Sabai. That was the Zimbabwe trying to get at least one more basket here before the end of the game, as the clock runs down into the last minute, and number 8 for the Zimbabwean is Monashi Rushki. So a convincing victory for the Egyptian side, looking like a team that's going to be tough to crack. So I'm sure the other teams that are here in the stadium today are making a note of this Egyptian side. Look like a very polished outfit, and they definitely have some tall players. So the shorter teams are going to have to make sure that they are quite clinical with their outside shooting. Oh, a foul there missed by the referees, and anyway, the Zimbabweans keep possession, and as the clock winds down. But again, turnover from the Zimbabweans, followed swiftly by another turnover by the Egyptians. So it's all scrappy at the moment, but the Egyptians looking to just run down the clock now, and they'll probably look to play the last shot. 23 seconds left of the first game of the 2017 IWBF Afro World Championship qualifiers, coming to you live from the Tongaat Indoor Sports Centre here in beautiful Durban, South Africa. Wali now passes the ball to Mohammed, and they're looking to play the last shot here with Sami Al-Sabai, who's fouled, and he will now have the opportunity to inbound for one last play. Plays it into Walid Ali, who in turn finds Hassan Mohammed, and he is successful with the attempt, taking them up to 76 points. Zimbabwe 33 as the game winds down, and victory to the Egyptian team. So a very clinical and good start for the Egyptians. I know the Egyptian coach will be delighted with that performance, and from the Zimbabwean perspective, they'll have to go back to the drawing board and really look at where they went wrong. The main area of concern for the Zimbabwe is definitely their turnovers and the missed opportunities. All right, folks, we'll give it a break for now, and be sure to join us shortly as the game between the reigning African champs Algeria, as they take on the men from Kenya, and that game due to start shortly. Basically looking at a 1 o'clock start, might be slightly delayed, but we'll be back with you shortly.
Next up at the IWBF Afro World Championship qualifier represents the team from Algeria and the team from Kenya in the men's division.